The future of copper reserves. To dive deeper into this topic, we need to first understand the dynamics of copper mining, current supply trends, and the challenges the industry faces. What is mining? Mining is the process of extracting valuable minerals or other geological materials from the Earth's surface, including the seas. These materials, such as coal, gold, or iron ore, are essential for a variety of industries. As the world advances technologically, the demand for copper has surged due to its extensive use in modern devices, energy systems, and transportation, particularly in electrical components. Ores, such as copper, are mined not only for their value, but also because of their critical role in various industrial processes. The energy transition and copper's critical role. The future of copper reserves is intricately linked to the global energy transition and electrification. As the world shifts from fossil fuels to renewable energy, copper plays a pivotal role. The electrification of industries, homes, and transportation systems is causing copper demand to escalate. Electric vehicles, EVs, and copper consumption. A major driver for copper demand is the rise of electric vehicles, EVs. Electric cars contain significantly more copper than traditional vehicles. On average, an electric vehicle uses about 40 kilograms of copper, nearly double the amount used in a conventional car, 23 kilograms. The copper content in electric cars stems from electrical wiring, motors, batteries, and charging systems. Moreover, the expansion of EV charging infrastructure and battery storage systems to support renewable energy sources like solar and wind is driving even higher copper consumption. The EV sector alone could increase global copper demand by over 1.5 million tons by 2027. Copper prices surge. Amidst global demand, due to the rising demand for copper, driven by the energy transition, copper prices have surged by 570% from 2002 to 2025. In recent years, prices have been volatile, but the fundamental growth of electrification and the demand for clean energy technologies will continue to exert upward pressure on prices. Copper reserves and global distribution. The global distribution of copper reserves is concentrated in a few key countries, and their reserves play a crucial role in determining future supply. Chile. The world's largest producer of copper, Chile produced about 5.3 million metric tons of copper in 2023, representing around 27% of global production. Chile has some of the richest and most extensive copper mines, including the Escondida mine, the largest copper mine in the world. However, declining ore grades and water scarcity are beginning to impact its future production. Peru. The second largest producer, Peru has vast copper reserves, producing around 2.6 million metric tons in 2023. Peru's copper mines have attracted significant foreign investment. However, political instability and environmental concerns have hindered the potential for further growth in the sector. Democratic Republic of Congo. In 2023, Congo produced about 2.5 million metric tons of copper. The country holds vast, untapped reserves, but mining in the region is plagued by concerns over political instability, poor infrastructure, and human rights issues. Australia. The eighth largest copper producer, Australia holds some of the world's largest untapped copper reserves, and it has been investing heavily in mining infrastructure. Despite its smaller share of global production, Australia's long-term reserves are substantial and should play a crucial role in copper supply in the coming decades. China. Although China is not a major producer of copper itself, it plays a significant role in the copper market. China is the world's largest importer and consumer of copper. It is responsible for nearly half of the global demand, especially due to its rapid urbanization and industrialization. The country also has substantial investments in overseas copper mining projects, notably in countries like Zambia, Chile, and Peru. Copper reserves and sustainability challenges. The growing global demand for copper is placing increasing pressure on existing reserves, which are declining both in grade and quality. Copper ore grades have steadily decreased over the years, from 12% in the 18th century to below 0.6% in the present day. Lower-grade ores are more expensive to mine, as they require more extensive processing. The shift from oxide ores to sulfide ores has added complexity to the extraction process. Sulfide ores require more processing steps, which increases costs and environmental impact. From 2013 to 2023, the share of sulfide ore processing has increased by 44%, a trend that will continue as higher-grade ores become increasingly rare. Bioleaching and the Talvivaara/Terrafame mine. An important innovative mining method gaining attention is bioleaching, which uses microorganisms to extract copper from ores in a more environmentally friendly manner. One notable example of bioleaching is the Talvivaara/Terrafame mine in Finland. The mine employs bioleaching techniques to extract nickel, zinc, and copper from low-grade sulfide ores. At the Talvivaara, now Terrafame mine, the use of bioleaching has allowed for the processing of previously uneconomical ores, providing an alternative to traditional mining processes that involve large-scale excavation and smelting. By using bacteria to break down the minerals, the process is more energy efficient and generates less waste compared to conventional methods. This mine is a prime example of how bioleaching could help reduce the environmental impact of copper production. Terrafame bioleaching process, the circular economy model for copper. In response to growing concerns about the sustainability of copper mining, the circular economy model has emerged as a key strategy. The circular economy seeks to reduce waste, promote recycling, and extend the life cycle of products, all of which can significantly help alleviate the pressure on primary copper reserves. One of the most notable examples of copper in the circular economy is recycling. Copper is one of the most recyclable metals, with recycled copper maintaining nearly the same quality as virgin copper. Currently, recycled copper accounts for 35% of global copper demand, and this share is expected to increase as the efficiency of recycling improves and more infrastructure is built to support copper recovery from discarded electronics, vehicles, and other materials. Copper recycling helps to reduce environmental impact and lower production costs, contributing to a more sustainable supply chain. In addition, circular economy practices emphasize the reuse of materials in closed-loop systems, reducing the need for continuous extraction. This is particularly important as the demand for copper continues to grow with the energy transition, especially in technologies like solar panels, wind turbines, and electric vehicles. In situ leaching, an example from the Copper Basin mine. In situ leaching is another innovative technique that allows copper to be extracted without the need for traditional mining operations that involve drilling and digging. In this process, leaching agents are injected into the ground to dissolve the copper ore, and the resulting copper-rich solution is pumped back to the surface for further processing. A prominent example of in situ leaching is the Copper Basin mine in the United States, which uses this method to extract copper from deep, low-grade deposits. This technique is highly effective for low-grade ores and allows for minimal environmental disruption compared to conventional mining methods. In situ leaching is seen as a promising solution for accessing copper reserves that would otherwise be too costly or environmentally damaging to mine. U.S. Geological Survey, in situ leaching, projected copper demand and supply gap. The gap between copper demand and supply is widening. While global copper production was around 22 million tons in 2023, demand stood at 25 million tons, indicating a supply shortfall. By 2030, this gap could increase significantly, driven by the expansion of electric vehicle manufacturing, solar and wind energy, and battery storage technologies. Annual copper demand is projected to rise to 36.6 million tons by 2031 due to global electrification, up from the current demand of approximately 25 million tons in 2023. This projection illustrates the urgent need to expand copper supply capacity. Further exacerbating this issue is the lack of shovel-ready projects. A shovel-ready project refers to a copper mining project that is fully permitted and ready for immediate construction. The industry faces a critical shortage of such projects, as new copper deposits become harder to find and develop. This shortage will contribute to rising copper prices. Technological innovations in copper mining. To meet future copper demand, the industry will need to embrace innovative mining technologies. Some of the most promising developments include automation and robotics. Automated machinery can help improve mining efficiency, reduce labor costs, and increase safety in copper mines. Autonomous trucks and drones are already being tested in large copper mines for exploration, haulage, and mine maintenance. In situ leaching. As mentioned earlier, this method offers a way to extract copper without the need for traditional excavation, making it an environmentally friendly alternative for certain types of deposits. Bioleaching. As demonstrated by Talvivaara/Terrafame, this method uses bacteria to break down copper ores, offering a more sustainable and cost-effective alternative to traditional mining methods. Recycling. The circular economy model for copper is becoming increasingly important. Copper recycling can provide a sustainable alternative to mining, with less environmental impact. It is estimated that recycled copper accounts for around 35% of global copper demand today, and that share is expected to increase with better collection and processing methods. Economic impacts and geopolitical considerations. The future of copper reserves and the associated price movements have significant economic consequences. Countries that are major copper producers, such as Chile and Peru, depend heavily on copper exports for revenue. Any decline in copper production due to factors such as geopolitical instability, environmental regulations, or labor strikes could severely affect the economies of these nations. Chile, in particular, has experienced disruptions in copper mining operations due to labor strikes and regulatory changes. In addition, countries that import large amounts of copper, such as China and the European Union, are already facing supply chain disruptions as geopolitical tensions and trade policies become more complicated. These developments could lead to higher production costs for industries reliant on copper, such as electronics, automobiles, and renewable energy sectors. Conclusion: a critical future for copper. The future of copper reserves is critical to meeting the world's growing demand for clean energy and electrification. Copper prices will continue to increase unless significant investments are made in new copper mines and innovative technologies. However, challenges such as the decline in ore grades, geopolitical risks, and limited new projects mean that the industry must act fast to meet global needs. The next decade will be crucial for the copper market, as nations and industries compete for limited resources. Ensuring the supply of copper is not only an economic issue but also a key factor in the successful transition to a sustainable, electrified future. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.